music video mode, Utah. West Virginia. LA County. 17 museums in the park. The big museum here on the left is our Museum of Fine Art. This is where we hold our Rembrandts, our Monets, our Picassos, our Van Goghs are in there. Our Frida Kahlos are in there. There's a $100 million Monet in there. The 5,000-year-old statue of Ramses in the museum. Estimated 1.5 billion in treasure is in the museum itself. The statue here is put here in 1915. The original one is in Seville, Spain, which all it's supposed to look like. That statue in Seville is 500 years old. It's a famous conquistador called El Cid. You see, go online later on while you're here. Look for twilightconcerts.com. It's these concerts here. This organ is called the Speckles organ, built by John D. Speckles. There are 12 of these large organs in the world. There's one in Vienna, Austria. There's one in San Francisco. Ours is the world's largest. It's in mint condition, and they must have 3 concerts every Sunday for life. This lower half here is for the 1935 Expo. It was called the California Pacific Expo. It was the same year as the San Francisco World's Fair. 1.5 million people attended that 1935 fair. I'll show you more of that stuff in a few moments, the buildings there. But here on the left is called the International Village. There are 30 homes in here. Each home is their own nation. We just passed the House of Italy, House of England, House of France, House of Spain. Over here is the House of Norway coming up. They're only open on Saturday and Sundays, and they show us their national costume. Okay, Utah. Let me keep that baby quiet. House of Norway, sorry Utah, sorry about that. But I'm going to ask Washington, D.C., what flag is this? What flag is this right here? This is the House of... Nope. Nope. Oh, Sweden is correct. The blue flag has been there since 1935. Here's the House of Ukraine. They've been there also since 1935. The United States turned 248 years old this last 4th of July. Now Ukraine has been its own nation for 1,000 years. They also speak their own language. They do not speak Russian, they speak Ukrainian. Here's House of China, House of India, House of Korea. All the buildings here were built for the 1935 Expo. Nothing has changed at all since 1935. These baby dragon trees are now adult dragon trees. One more thing here, I noticed on my archives, these palm trees were planted here in 1935. They were only 9 feet tall. Look how tall they are now. Here is the big building here on the right. It's a museum of antique cars today, but back then it was a map of California. It showed the sequoias, the redwoods, the Bay Area, Baja, the LA Basin, San Diego, of course. Here on the right is the Air and Space Museum. It's the finest of its kind outside Washington, D.C. It's Smithsonian owned. But in 1935, it was built by Mr. Ford. Ford himself was in there with his company showing us the new cars of 1935 and how they were made. He also had one car from 1940, but the year was only 1935. Over here is the Comic-Con Museum. It'll be one of the headquarters for next week's events. If you love Batman and Superman and Star Trek and Wonder Woman, Aquaman. Let's do one more loop around the here on the left is the House of Israel. Right next to it, the House of Palestine, House of Colombia, House of France, House of Hungary, House of Spain. I know them all by heart. I know them all by heart. House of Puerto Rico, House of Iran, House of Mexico. It is the world's largest outdoor organ on the right. All right, look to the left, Caesar. There's our California Tower. Utah, look at it. It was electric, the park was electric in 1915. So they saw that at night in 1915. By the way, not much on Earth was electric. Not much. Some things were. There are 5 restaurants in the park. Over here is the Prado restaurant. Outdoor cafe is there. Down that midway is a huge water fountain. Our dinosaur museum is down there. Our science museum is down there. Spanish Art Village is there. The world's most famous zoo is there. There's also a rose garden that blooms all year long. Here on the right is called Main Gate.